Hello everybody, this is Sierra from Sierra T Designs, and today I have for you a Distress Oxide Spray and Ink thanks card. So let's jump right in. So to start, I have cut down a piece of Tim Holtz watercolor paper, and I am spritzing it with my Distress sprayer and then putting it in my Splat Box. Because if you spray water in the Splat Box, it eats the cardboard and then it kind of falls apart sooner, so I tend to spray the water outside of the box. And I have used broken china and Seedless preserves oxide sprays, and I just spritzed them on, pulled it back out of the box, and I'm going to spritz it with some water to get some oxidation. And then I'm going to lift it up and show you what it looks like once it was dry. Pretty cool. I love that oxidation. So I am so sorry here, guys. I'm going to use my Gemini Go to cut out the thanks from Simon Says stamp. And you can see in the corner there that I've already blended on some stencil, and sadly I lost the footage for this, so I can't show you it, but if you have any questions at all, please leave them in the comments. I read and respond to every comment that I get, and I can absolutely answer if you have any questions. But I just used the I used Scrapbook.com's Moroccan tile stencil and the exact same colors of Oxide ink, broken china and Seedless preserves, and just blended it on in random areas with the two colors. That's all I did, but please, if you have any questions, let me know. And I'm so sorry, guys. I try really hard to make sure I catch all the footage. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but I don't have that footage. So I still love how this card came out, so I still really wanted to show it to you, but I don't have the stenciling. So I cut that same thanks die out 4 times out of just a white cardstock and once out of some glimmer cardstock. So this is the Concord and Ninth neutral glitter pack, and this is the graphite. So I used it for the top thanks I showed you there going through my Gemini Go, and then I just used a white cardstock and cut it out 4 more times, and then I'm just going to glue them on top of each other to create kind of a chipboard-esque looking piece, so that there's some depth to the thanks and it's not just the, and I find that this cardstock, it's not flimsy, but it's not a very heavyweight cardstock either, so the glitter cardstock, so I find adding some backing to it really gives it some more stability, and it kind of pops more off the page. So that's what I chose to do. I also cut down a piece of that same neutrals glitter pack, the graphite, to go behind my panel, my colored panel, just to do something a little bit different. I mean, graphite is still black, but it's not as black as I usually go with my black cardstock. So I am still going to matte my image there, or my panel, but I am doing it slightly different than I usually do. And I'm using some Gina Connect glue to glue my my layers together of the Simon Says stamp thanks. I think it's the thanks Wafer die, I believe it is called. Everything I use will be linked and listed down below, and of course, if you ever have any questions, please let me know. I'm more than happy to answer anything and everything that I can, or you can just ask me questions for fun if there's anything you ever want to know. So once that's all glued down, we're going to move on, and I believe we're going to glue. So I trimmed my panel down because the Tim Holtz watercolor paper is bigger. I think it's actually 5x7. So I trimmed down in all of the corners to make it my usual 1/8 of an inch. A quarter of an inch smaller. No, it is an 1/8 of an inch. An 1/8 of an inch smaller than my matte, which is an 1/8 of an inch smaller than my A2 panel. And then so I just took an extra piece of that same graphite glitter cardstock and a piece of my colored stuff that I cut down, and I'm just going to glue it to the inside of the card because I thought that it was really pretty and I didn't really want to waste it. So I actually still have it floating around on my desk, and I made this card a little while ago. So I just glued that on the inside of my card base, and then I am going to trim it off here in a minute. You're not going to see it. I think I trim it off screen because I didn't really think you needed to see that. And I am going to glue down my panel. So now I'm using my Deluxe Nuvo glue because this is, I'm still struggling with the same glue, guys. I know, and I have a new one sitting on the side of my desk here, but I refuse to use it until this one kicks the bucket. So I still have to bang it on my desk and kind of get it to squeeze out for me, but it's a struggle. So I switch between glue sticks here, or liquid glues, because I love liquid glue. I love how it gives you time to kind of arrange your pieces where you actually want them. And now I probably should have brought out my T-square ruler to make sure this was actually straight. I kind of eyeballed it and kind of went with my glass mat lines. I probably should have actually checked that it was going to be straight, but I didn't. So you know, it might be a little bit off, but it's a handmade card, and I haven't ever had anybody come to me and be like, hey, this sentiment isn't perfectly straight. This isn't right. Like, I've never had anybody complain, so, I mean, I just do my best, and I think it turned out quite pretty. And then I just glued down my panel and my mat to my side fold A2 sized card base with the same Nuvo Deluxe glue. And I am also going to bring in a couple of I believe these are Simon Says Stamp Moonstone sequins. I believe that this is what they are, and I'm going to use my Studio Katia gem picker, or wand, embellishment wand, I think it's actually named, and the same Nuvo Deluxe glue, and I just stuck 5 of them down as my usual, as I prefer to do them in uneven numbers. I just find it's really nice to the eye, and that's kind of this whole card. I'm really sorry, you guys, that you can't see the blending. I wish I had that footage. It's nothing really new. It's not really a new technique. I just blended some ink on, but I find that you kind of miss, and then this video is kind of short because I'm missing some footage. But I hope you can see how beautiful and shiny this Concord and 9th Neutrals Glitter Pack paper is, and how pretty it is. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like it, please subscribe, leave me a like, leave me a comment, and I will see you guys again very soon. Thank you so much for stopping by. Bye-bye, guys.